Hello there, Ray here. We got a brand new snapshot today. You can see we got a new panorama with it, but this is snapshot 25W10A for the Java edition. Now there is no official name for this update, where it's just referred to as the spring game drop. But the main theme is definitely around more vegetation and mob variation. And in the panorama, you can see all three of the new mob variations. So here's the warm cow variation. You can see a warm pig variation back there, as well as a warm chicken variation. They don't actually have any of the cold variations of the mobs in this panorama. We also can see the camel back here because they added it so camels can naturally spawn in. We also got the bush, which is one of the new vegetation, along with the leaf litter here. We also can see in the background the cactus and the cactus flowers, a new thing that they added in. And of course with the desert, we also got the short dry grass as well as the tall dry grass. Now I did not see any of the new firefly bushes, but looks like there might be even a camel that somehow got back here inside of this forest. I suppose he could just walk from the desert over to there. But overall, really cool panorama. And as you guys probably know, each new version, they tried to make a new one of these panoramas that kind of illustrates all the new features. So it's kind of like a fresh new page every version. It is pretty easy also to tell which version people are playing by the panorama keep changing, and they don't just use the old default Minecraft one for every single version. What do you think about this panorama, and do you like it when it changes every version? There's a new game rule called TT Explosions. By default it's set to true, but if we set it to false, we go ahead, we can place down some TNT and we can light it, and you can see the TNT just vanishes. If we turn on hitboxes, we can see the entity just completely is deleted. So if you're running a server, you don't want people to actually ignite TNT. This is a new game rule that was actually in Bedrock, and they just brought it as parity over to Java edition. Now this feels really weird because this feels like something that would definitely be in a mod on servers where they don't want people to grief, but I guess now we have it in vanilla for those people that want to change the command. They changed up the testing block, so this is what the testing blocks look like by default now. Besides testing block, there's also the test instant block, which looks like this on the outside, and then you can always come in and change the type. So instead of just testing, you come in here and change it to log, and then when you do that, it's going to be this little speech bubble, and then you can change it to fail. It's going to be a sad face. Last time it was like a big old X, and then if you click accept, it's going to turn green and be a happy face. And last time it was a green check mark. I kind of like the X and the green check mark, but I'm guessing they did that because they don't want it to get confused with something else. So they have these happy and sad faces, and then you can go back to the start. And these blocks are for creative, so you can make boxes and test stuff inside of it to see if it works or fails, and kind of lets you automate stuff to see if it breaks in the newest version. And they work similar to like structure blocks in the game. They'll probably be quite useful when it comes to making bug reports and proving that something actually changes between versions. They added the hashtag flower tag for not only the flower blocks, but also the flower items. So if you come into creative and do this, you can see all the different things that are considered flowers, which does include the new cactus flower. And you can now add cactus flowers to farmland. So you can make it look like you're growing cactuses, but it's not considered crops, so it won't actually sustain the farmland. So if you want to stay that way, just make sure to put some water nearby. And they added it so Enderman can now pick up the new cactus flowers. And this is what they look like when they're holding it. We got some new noises when it comes to piston breaking blocks. They will always make the breaking noise for the block that they're breaking. You always get some unique noises. They fixed it so that shears will now once again take durability when they are used. So when using them in like my bush farm here, you can see now they actually will slowly degrade and break. So I would recommend using a silk touch tool such as like a pickaxe, which still doesn't take any durability. And it already made farms for all the new items, so you can build these in your world in preparation for the next update, and you can check them out with the Farm Everything spreadsheet, which I always put in the description of my videos here. When it comes to bug fixes, they fix a bunch of different visual bugs, with most of them only being created from the snapshots and not like old bugs that are getting fixed. They also fix a bunch of different crashes that were all related to the previous snapshot. And if you guys don't know, they came out with a B snapshot last week, and the B just stands for the second snapshot within a week, and these normally fix major bugs. And the last time we had one of these B snapshots was over 281 days ago, meaning that they're making snapshots pretty stable so they don't have to come in and try to fix any major problems. For map makers, it came out so that any entities can now store custom data. This includes changes to entity data, entity predicates, and block predicates, SNBT format, which allows for more customization so you can do stuff within the game rather than having to have a complete mod to do it. They also came out with the final Minecraft movie trailer this week. In the beginning, they actually showed the breeding of pandas where they produce a baby panda. Then there's this MLG water bucket scene where it looks like these guys' elytras are breaking. So Steve throws out the water and then they splash into it. Then Steve talks a little bit about the Minecraft world. And in this scene, you can see a village with a bunch of villagers. Here's a wandering trader and their llama. So like they're coming through and trading with the villagers. And unlike all the other buildings, you can see this is the main character Steve's shop. This is his lava cooked chicken. It's really obvious. There's a chicken on top. You got a bunch of chickens in the roof, and then there's this cooking part. They'll pop up later. You can see all the different types of villagers that you recognize in Minecraft. There's a scene of Steve actually building these little mini villagers. And if you guys seen my video where I talk about my experience in the very first year that Minecraft came out and how there was no survival mode, so making pixel art faces was actually a really common thing. So I think this is kind of like a throwback to that. In this scene, we get to see what the diamonds look like. There's these little two blue gems, and it turns into a diamond sword. In the background, you can see some of the furnaces and smelter blocks. Look really cool. In this scene, we also see some kind of like fruit trees in the background. I don't know if these are supposed to represent like the normal oak trees that can drop apples. So these are supposed to be like apples, because I don't think they're supposed to be like sweetberry bushes. They look a little bit too big. And there's a scene where he's talking to a pink sheep. And as we know, pink sheep are extremely rare in the game. In this scene here, you can see in the background, there's actually a roller coaster. And there's also a Ferris wheel. So Steve's been building maybe like an amusement park back there or something. Then the trailer goes on to talk about the problem where Steve accidentally lights up a nether portal. But one thing I noticed in the background here is the pink sheep, and I don't know if that's a pig or another pink sheep, but that'd be pretty rare to have two pink sheeps. But when he does light the portal and go through, of course this is the nether side with all the piglins. And this scene really reminds me of the Lord of the Rings scene where there's all the lava and all the evil characters live in this lava and produce weapons to try to destroy the other places. They talk about how this place doesn't allow creativity, and there's this scene where this little character is drawing something and they kill him because of that. So then goes on to explain how they're trying to save Minecraft from the evil piglins, and the piglins make their way into the overworld. You see their ghast are destroying the villages. I think it's really cool that the piglins actually made these little like blimps with the ghast as their balloon. In this scene here, the Steve's lava chicken sign also pops up. Then there's a scene where they're like running away and they're going to use their elytra, but notice this kid here has like this gun or kind of like noise device. It kind of looks like a gun, but it probably just produces loud noises. And I'm guessing it's something that he kind of created in order to defeat the piglins. But in this scene here, the kid actually drops it before he falls in. And you can see the little device over here as well. Now I do like it that they added in redstone. It does pop up a few times in the trailers, but this is really cool here. You can see these guys are actually carrying a lit TNT as their fuses are burning. And I think that'd be something really cool to have in Minecraft where you can actually carry TNT and like throw it. Now there is reference to piglins riding hoglins. If you see right here, there's a hoglin with a piglin on top of it, and right here as well. Because baby piglins can ride on top of hoglins, so that's kind of a cool little reference. And there's some redstone used in these power rails here. Then they show them making iron golems. And there's a whole army of iron golems attacking the other guys. There's also a spider jockey scene. And then there's this new scene of a chicken in a kind of fight arena. This is actually a reference to the mansions with the illagers in it. You can see all the illagers on the outside of it. So I'm guessing somehow these guys end up in a mansion and they get thrown into this fight arena. And the guy has to fight this chicken. But then it turns out it's not just a chicken. It's actually a zombie chicken jockey, and obviously it's going to be much tougher to fight. And you can see in the background, the Steve character is tied up in the corner, kind of like a Coliseum kind of fight where the creature would end up killing him if this guy doesn't defeat it. And at the end of the movie, there's one of the pillagers that makes it into the actual real life world and gets hit by a car. And it's one of the green characters, which is the unemployed villagers. And at the end of the trailer, they explain that you can actually get tickets now from Fandango, as the movie will be coming out on April 4th. Now, I have seen other Minecraft shows, so I might actually watch this one, although I don't really watch a lot of movies in real life. This one actually looks decent and somewhat interesting, obviously being Minecraft. What do you think about the trailer, and would you watch the movie? And they just announced the Minecraft Live for 2025 date, where they came out with this trailer video. It's going to be on March 22nd. That is just 2.5 weeks from now, so we don't have a lot of time to prepare for it. But it turns out that they're doing 2 of these Minecraft lives each year, rather than just the one they would normally do per year. And with these smaller updates, they're calling them game drops. So they're going to come out with a new game drop. So they're probably going to show new features for the upcoming new game drop. They also mentioned that they're going to show more exclusive movie scenes for the upcoming Minecraft movie. And if you guys remember the last Minecraft live that we had this fall, it wasn't too interesting. There was actually a leak before that kind of gave everything out, which include the creeking and the pale gardens. They're probably going to do the same similar theme where they're just going to show kind of smaller things. It's going to be a little bit more or less edited, while also probably getting some more of the behind the scenes. Did you like the previous Minecraft live, or did you like the more choreographed one? Now, just like all the previous Minecraft live events, I will be live streaming it while doing commentary on all the new stuff, and also be putting out a video covering all the new details and how it's going to affect everybody's Minecraft worlds. There is a bunch of new playerless farms possible, and watch me talk about those over at my Twitch live stream, which I'll be doing right after this video goes live. And if you enjoy what I do, consider becoming a supporter of mine like all these people here. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye!